Lipid-lowering drugs are known to cause various muscle-related side effects. However, it remains unclear whether their use contributes to reduced muscle mass and sarcopenia. This study aimed to evaluate the association between the use of lipid-lowering drugs and both muscle mass and the prevalence of sarcopenia. We conducted a cross-sectional analysis using data from 18,668 adults aged greater than or equal to 20 years from the Korea National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, 2008 to 2011. Sarcopenia was defined based on appendicular skeletal muscle mass, measured using dual-energy X-ray absorptiometry. The association between hyperlipidemia medication and the prevalence of sarcopenia was estimated using complex samples logistic regression. Patients with hyperlipidemia exhibited lower appendicular skeletal muscle mass to weight than those without hyperlipidemia. After adjusting for potential confounders, including current lipid profiles, appendicular skeletal muscle mass to weight did not differ significantly between the general population and hyperlipidemic patients not receiving medication. However, individuals taking lipid-lowering drugs demonstrated significantly lower appendicular skeletal muscle mass to weight. This trend was mirrored in sarcopenia prevalence, with odds ratios of 2.89 in men and 1.68 in women. Notably, only participants on lipid-lowering drugs showed a progressive decline in appendicular skeletal muscle mass to weight and an increased risk of sarcopenia with longer duration of hyperlipidemia. These results suggest that the use of lipid-lowering drugs may contribute to a decrease in muscle mass and a higher risk of sarcopenia. However, the generalizability of these results is limited, and further longitudinal studies are required to confirm the association.